To our Professor, Dr. Julius Igot, good afternoon, sir. To my co-masterants, good afternoon to each and every one. So, by the way, I am Virginia Longay Lobitana, 27 years of age, from Wood Ubay, Bohol. So, this afternoon, I was assigned to discuss the Republic Act number 8496. So Republic Act number 8496, an act to establish the Philippine Science High School system and providing funds therefore. So before we discuss or before we will tackle the different sections in this RA, we'll have to know first the history of this Republic Act. So the Philippine Science High School was established through Republic Act 3661, authored by Congressman Virgilio Afabal, and signed into law in 1963 by President Diosdado Macapagal. So this charter mandates the Philippine Science High School to offer, on a free scholarship basis, a secondary course with emphasis on subject pertaining to service with the end in view of preparing its students for a science career. So the school started operation in 1964. National scientist Dr. Gregorio Velasquez led the Philippine Science High School through its first 3 years. So the campus started in a small rented GSI's own property along the Quezon Memorial Circle. Then in 1970, Philippine Science High School started building on a 75,000 square meter lot along Agham Road in Diliman, Quezon City. Then expansion and establishment of the Philippine Science High School system by the end of the 1980s. Philippine Science High School started to spread across the nation. Then the first regional campuses were built, starting with the Mindanao campus, which is now the Southern Mindanao campus in Davao City in 1988. Then the Philippine Science High School Law, or RA 8496, was signed by President Fidel V. Ramos in 1997 that established the Philippine Science High School system and unified all the existing campuses into a single system of governance and management. Thus, the Philippine Science High School continues fulfilling its mandate to offer, on a free scholarship basis, a secondary course with special emphasis on subjects pertaining to the sciences with the end view of preparing its students for a science career. So that was the history about the Republic Act number 8496. So it was signed by President Fidel V. Ramos on 1997. Then let's proceed to section 1, the short title. So this act shall be known as the Philippine Science High School, or PSHS System Act of 1997. Then section 2, the Declaration of Policy. So the Philippine Science High School Act, or the Republic Act of 8496, gives priority to research and development, invention, innovation, and their utilization. It also gives priority to science and technology education, training, and services. Then support indigenous, appropriate, and self-reliant scientific and technological capabilities and their application to the country's productive system and national life. So in section 2, it emphasizes the importance of prioritizing research and development, invention, innovation, and their practical application, as well as science and technology education, training, and services. So the state aims to support and foster indigenous people, appropriate and self-reliant scientific and technological capabilities that can contribute to the country's productive system and national development. Then it likely focuses on offering specialized and high-quality education in the fields of science, technology, engineering, and mathematics to prepare students for careers in science, in scientific research, technological innovation, and other related fields. So the state aims to nurture a generation of scientists, engineers, and innovators who can contribute to the country's progress and improve its overall competitiveness in the global arena. Then next is section 3, the objectives. So what are the objectives in Republic Act number 8496? So first is integrate the existing Philippine Science High School at Diliman, Eastern Visayas, Western Visayas, and Mindanao into one system of governance and government. So this objective seeks to unify the governance and management of the existing Philippine Science High School located in Diliman, Eastern Visayas, Western Visayas, and Mindanao by bringing these schools together under a single system. Then the state aims to streamline their administration and create a cohesive framework for their operation. Then ensure uniformity in quality standards and systematize operation of schools under the Philippine Science High School system. So this objective emphasizes the need for consistent quality standards across all schools within the Philippine Science High School system. Then it aims to establish uniformity in terms of educational standards, curriculum, teaching methodologies, and administrative procedures. Then by doing so, the state aims to ensure that students in all Philippine Science High School receive a high-quality education and have equal opportunities for learning and development. Then the third objective, rationalize the establishment of Science High School as defined in this Act. So, in the third objective, it focuses on rationalizing the establishment of Science High School as defined in the Act. So, it likely aims to create a systematic approach to the establishment of new Science High School. So, ensuring that they align with the defined criteria and objectives of the Philippine Science High School system. So, this rationalization process could involve evaluating the need for the new school, assessing their feasibility, and ensuring that they contribute effectively to the advancement of science and technology education. Then let's proceed to no. Title 1, the definition of terms, structure, management, and governance. Then the section 4, definition of terms. So Philippine Science High School or PSHS are secondary schools offering scholarship to deserving students who shall be admitted and trained under a curriculum specially designed to prepare them for careers in S&T or science and technology. Then term refers to the term of office with a duration of 6 years in one term. So these are secondary schools that provide scholarship to deserving students. So these schools have a specialized curriculum designed to prepare students for career in science and technology. So Philippine Science High School aims to provide high quality education and training in the fields of science and technology. Then it nurtures students' skills and knowledge to excel in scientific research, technological innovation, and related disciplines. So it specifies the duration for which a person hold a particular position. So in this case, the term has a duration of 6 years. Then it is commonly used to define the duration of office for positions such as elected officials, board members, or other administrative roles. Then Section 5, Scope. The Philippine Science High School system shall be composed of the existing Philippine Science High School campuses at Diliman, Eastern Visayas, Western Visayas, and Mindanao, and future campuses which shall be established under this law. So this means that the Philippine Science High School system will initially comprises the mentioned campuses which are the Diliman, Eastern Visayas, Western Visayas, and Mindanao that are already in operation. Then these existing campuses are likely to be integrated into the overall governance and management structure outlined by the law. Next is Section 6, Overall Coordinating Authority. So the Philippine Science High School system shall be under the administrative supervision of the Department of Science and Technology, or the DOST. So this means that the DOST, or the Department of Science and Technology, as the overall coordinating authority. So will have the responsibility of overseeing and managing the Philippine Science High School system. So the DOST, or Department of Science and Technology, will likely provide guidance, support, and strategic direction to ensure the effective operation of the Philippine Science High School system and the fulfillment of its objective. So as the administrative supervisor, the Department of Science and Technology may be involved in various aspects including policy formulation, curriculum development, resource allocation, monitoring and evaluation, and overall coordination among the Philippine Science High School campuses. So the Department of Science and Technology's role is to ensure that the Philippine Science High School system operates in alignment with the broader goals and priorities of the science and technology sector in the country. The next is Section 7, the Board of Trustees. So these are the Board of Trustees. So Philippine Science High School composed of, so the chairman is the Secretary of Department of Science and Technology. Then the Vice Chairman is the Secretary of DEX, or before it's DEX and now it is DepEd, Department of Education. Then the members are President of the University of the Philippines, Executive Director of Philippine Science High School, Director of the Science Education Institute, or SEI, then the President of the Philippine Science National High School National Alumni Association. Then, representative private sector representing higher education, education for the gifted, industry, agriculture, and new and emerging technologies. So, there must be one representative for the higher education, one representative for education for the gifted, one representative for the industry, one representative for agriculture, and one representative for the new and emerging technologies. So all in all is 5 representatives. Then, the private sector representatives are appointed by the chairman, subject to the confirmation of the Board of Trustees. So the first set of appointments may have varying terms. So 3 for 4 years and 2 for 2 years. So the board shall exercise the following powers. So these are their powers, their functions, their responsibilities of the Board of Trustees. So first, formulate policies and guidelines for the administration and operation of the Philippine Science High School system. Then formulate policies on the appointment, promotion, retention, removal, renewal, rewards, and incentives for administrators, faculty, and staff. Then approve the curricula submitted by the executive director. Approve the criteria for the selection and admission of students. Provide the grant of scholarship, stipend, and such as allowances for students. Then approve the graduation of successful candidates from the various Philippine Science High School campuses. Then formulate policies and rules of discipline for students, faculty, and staff. Then approve the Philippine Science High School system budget and appropriate to the ends specified by law such sums as may be provided by the law for the support of the system. Then receive grants, whether cash, land, buildings, and improvements thereof, donation, contribution, then gifts, and to formulate policies for the administration. Then develop policies for the expansion of enrollment in the campuses under the Philippine Science High School system. Then set policies and criteria to rationalize the establishment of science high schools under the system. Then for its evaluation and approval thereof. And the lesson is prepare strategic plans to enhance the capability of the system in developing human resources with focus on youth with special talents in science and mathematics. So this power empower the Board of Trustees to govern and make decisions regarding various aspects of the Philippine Philippine Science High School system, including academic affairs, student admission, financial management, partnership, and strategic planning. So next is Section 8, Executive Director, or ED. So the Executive Director is appointed by the Chairman of the Board of Trustees, so subject to the approval of the Board. Then the Executive Director is conferred the rank equivalent to a Bureau Director. Then the term of the Executive Director is fixed at 6 years, renewable for another term. So the Executive Director shall perform the following roles and function. So first, coordinate curriculum planning activities for the Philippine Science High School system, oversee research projects on the gifted science and math, coordinate the publication of research outputs of the teachers, administrators, and students from the Philippine Science High School system. Then provide legal and technical support to the members of the system. coordinate exchange programs with other educational institutions, both local and foreign. Then develop and coordinate linkages and networking among the campuses of the Philippine Science High School system with other institutions. Then coordinate the implementation of the program for the identification and selection of scholars for the Philippine Science High School system. Provide for the secretariat services of the Board of Trustees, then perform other functions as may be deemed necessary. So the executive director plays a crucial role in coordinating and overseeing various aspects of the Philippine Science High School system. So including curriculum development, research initiatives, then publication of outputs, legal and technical support, international partnership, scholar selection, and board support. So their work is instrumental in advancing the goals and objectives of the Philippine Science High School system and ensuring its smooth operation. Then Section 9, Campus Director or CD. So appointment and term. So the campus director is appointed by the board upon recommendation of the executive director. Then the appointment of the campus director is based on a search process. Then the appointment of the campus director is based on, again, a search process. Then the campus director can only be removed from office for cause. So what are the responsibilities of the campus director? First, the campus director serves as the administrative and academic head of the Philippine Science High School campus. Then the campus director is responsible for ensuring the smooth operation of the campus. Then the campus director must establish a consultative body that acts as citizens' arm. So the body can help interpret the educational needs of the service area covered by the campus. So in this case of incumbent campus director, they may continue to serve the unexpired term as defined in the Act. So this means that if the campus director term is cut short for any reason, their successor would complete the remaining duration of their term. Section 10, Executive Committee. So there shall be an executive committee composed of the executive director and the campus directors in the Philippine Science High School system as the members. So the committee shall be collegial in character. So the executive committee serve as a platform for coordination and collaboration among the key leaders within the Philippine Science High School system. So it brings together the executive director who represent the overall system level perspective and the campus directors who will represent the specific campuses. So the committee's collegial nature ensures that decisions and initiatives consider the perspective and needs of different campuses and stakeholders within the Philippine Science High School system. So Title 2, Miscellaneous. So Section 11, Funding. So the amount necessary to carry out the initial implementation of the act shall be charged against the current year appropriations of the Philippine Science High School campuses. Thereafter, Such sums as may be needed for the continued operation of the Philippine Science High School system shall be included in the Annual General Appropriations Act. So the amount of 20 million pesos is hereby appropriated to be included for the initial year of operation of the system. So in addition to the budget of the existing individual campuses. So this means that the funds allocated to the individual campuses will be used to support the establishment and integration of the Philippine Science High School system. Then the General Appropriation Act is the annual budget passed by the government to allocate funds for various government programs and entities, so including educational institutions like the Philippine Science High School system. So it implies that there is a specific allocation of funds to support the initial year of operation of the Philippine Science High School system. So this provision ensures that there are dedicated funds available for both the initial implementation and continued operation of the Philippine Science High School system. Next is Section 12, Implementing Rules and Regulation. So the Board of Trustees shall formulate the implementing rules and regulation to carry out the implementation of this Act. So implementing rules and regulation serve as detailed guidelines and procedures so that provide specific instruction on how to implement the provision of a law. So these rules and regulations help ensure the smooth and consistent execution of the Act and provide clarity on the processes, the requirements, and responsibilities related to the implementation. So once formulated, the implementing rules and regulation will serve as a crucial reference for all the involved parties, including the administrators, the faculty, the staff, the students, and other stakeholders within the Philippine Science High School system. The next is Section 13, Separability Clause. So, if, for any reason, any provision of this Act is declared unconstitutional or invalid, so the other parts or provisions hereof which are not affected shall continue to be in full force and effect. So the purpose of separability clause is to ensure that if any part of the act is found to be invalid or unenforceable, the rest of the act remains intact and enforceable. So this clause allows the unaffected portion of the act to continue operating and serving their intended purposes. So by including a separability clause, the Act seeks to preserve the validity and effectiveness of the remaining provisions, even if certain parts are deemed invalid or unconstitutional. Then it promotes the principle that the invalidity of one provision should not invalidate the entire of the Act. Then Section 14, Repealing Clause. So all laws, decrees, orders, rules and regulations or portions thereof inconsistent with this Act are hereby repealed or modified accordingly. So the purpose of a repealing clause is to nullify or amend any existing laws or regulations that are incompatible or contradictory to the newly enacted Act. So this ensures that there is consistency and harmony between the provisions of the Act and the legal framework within which it operates. So by repealing or modifying conflicting laws, decrees, orders, rules, and regulations, the act can fully take effect and be implemented without contradictions or conflicts with pre-existing legislation. The next is section 15, effectivity. So this act shall take effect on the day following its complete publication in at least 2 newspapers of general circulation. So it is to establish the purpose of an effectivity clause is to establish the date on which the act will become legally effective and enforceable. So in this case, the act will come into force after it has been published in 2 newspapers that are widely circulated. So ensuring that the public has an access to the information contained in the act. So this Republic Act of 8496 was approved February 12, 1998. So these are my references. And for my learning insight. So science high schools play a crucial role in the educational system by providing specialized and rigorous instruction in science, technology, engineering, and mathematics fields. It is also fostering STEM skills, nurturing future scientists and innovators, promoting academic excellence, addressing skill gaps in STEM fields, encouraging research and innovation, enhancing national development, increasing competitiveness in the global arena, and providing opportunities for underprivileged students. So in summary, science high schools play a crucial role in nurturing talented students, promoting STEM education, and driving innovation. So all of which contribute to the overall development and competitiveness of a nation in a modern world. So that would be all. Thank you for listening and God bless us all.